and welcome back to my channel. So the lovely Annette of Rainbow Connection recently sent me the 6 new stamping plates by Fab Your Nails to review, and I was really excited by this because, having seen pictures of the new plates online, I knew that there was some gorgeous images across the 6, a real variety and just a lot to play with. So I was really looking forward to receiving these. And when they arrived, I was not disappointed at all. I sat down and looked through the plates for ages, and I just had hundreds of ideas jump into my head for how I could incorporate all of the images into various nail art designs. So I couldn't wait to get started. So the first plate I've got to show you is Fun 21, and as you can see from this plate, there is so many different images, a lot of florals, but I like florals and they are all so different. And we've got sort of these paint splattery, textury images here. This is one of my favourites, some negative space, and then just some smaller individual images, including this layered rose. So I have got a more in-depth review of this plate on my blog, and my blog address is on the screen now, and it gives you information of what I've tested the plate with, what stampers and polishes, and just generally how I got on with it. So please have a read of that if you would like to find out a little bit more. But here are the swatches that I did for that blog post, and I hope you can see just how crisp and clear those pickups were. As I said, I've used a variety of stampers and polishes, and I couldn't fault any of them whatsoever. The plates are so well etched that you get such a crisp, clear pickup with whatever you use, in my opinion. But today I'm going to do a quick tutorial using one of the images on this plate. Now, I let my 7-year-old nephew have a look through these plates as well, because he's into a bit of nail stamping at the moment. And straight away he said to me, "Oh Helly, this image, it looks like broken glass." And when he said that, it got me thinking, how could I incorporate this image into a manicure to look like broken glass? And that is what I'm going to create for you today. So if you would like to see how I have created these, keep watching. So I have already done 3 of my fingers and my thumb, and I'm just going to do a quick tutorial on my index finger to show you how I created these. Now, as always, I will leave a list of the products that I've used in the description box below. However, at least 2 of the polishes I used in this were limited edition from Rainbow Connection and no longer available. I'm not sure about the 3rd one. I will check and let you know in the description box. But obviously you could use any alternative colours similar to these. They just happen to be the ones I chose to use. So the first thing I've done is I've put a base coat of this holographic silver polish, and all the polishes I've used are by CBL, or Colours by LRO, and this one is Arc de Triomphe, which was an indie shop exclusive. Now I've only done 1 coat of that because I'm now going to sponge a radial gradient on top of this using a couple of blues. So I'm going to just get everything set up and then I will show you how I do that. So because I'm sponging, I've just put some liquid latex around my nail to make clean up that much easier, because it does get very, very messy. And you also need a cosmetic sponge. You can see how I've done the others already. And then your chosen polishes. Now, I always use my base colour when I'm doing any sort of gradient. So I've got the Arc de Triomphe, and I've then got CBL Thing 1 and Thing 2. And Amoebas contain Tiny Spacemen. And I'm going to go from dark in the middle out to this silvery colour at the edge. So what you want to do is take your sponge, and when I'm ombreing, I always have all of my polish open all the time. It makes it a lot easier. And then I'm going to apply the polish, starting with the darkest colour in the middle. So I'm just going to do a small sort of rough circle. And then I'm going to go round with that lighter blue. Don't worry if we cover that blue because we can go back over it. And then round the edge I'm going to go in with that silvery colour. And we're making kind of a target effect. When we've done all of that, we can just go back in with the other colours just to define that shape if you feel you need to. Excuse me. And so there's that. And once we've done that, I'm just going to sponge it on the nail, like so. Now you need to repeat that however many times you feel you need to build up the colour how you want it. Now I'm going to probably do it about 4 times to get that real intense colour. Now obviously you don't need to watch me keep repeating that, so I'm going to show you sort of a couple more times building up the colour, but I'm going to speed it up and not talk over it. So here we go. So there's my gradient all done, and hopefully you can see it goes in from lightest to darkest, and you just need to leave that to dry, which mine has now. I haven't taken the latex off because I'm going to go straight in and stamp now, so we can use the latex to protect using that as well. So as I said, I'm using this sort of broken glass image, and to stamp with I've got my 2-in-1 crystal embellished stamper. I've just taken the bottom and the lid off. I'm using my go-to black, which is Painted Polish Midnight Mischief, and to stay on theme today I've got a Fab Your Nails scraper. This is quite a firm one, which is my personal favourite, but obviously you need to find what stampers and scrapers you prefer. So I'm going to quickly stamp. The reason I'm choosing a clear stamper to stamp with today is so that I can line the centre up with sort of the centre of my target. So there we go. And then I can just, I'm going to turn it around so that I can do this, and I'm going to line it up and stamp like so, and there we go. And any of that excess I can just sort of press down at the side so that it sort of sticks to that latex. And then we're just going to use some acetone to clean the plate like so. Same to clean my scraper, and then a very well used and dirty lint roller just to take off that excess. Remember, never use acetone on a clear stamper head. And then we can just take off any or all of the latex around the nail, and then any little excess that's still going over and right around the cuticle like I've got here, I'm just going to go in with my clean up brush and some acetone and clean that up. Okay, so now that is all cleaned up, we can go in and top coat with your favourite top coat, and mine is Glisten and Glow HK Girl, which is also from Rainbow Connection. Now, if when you've done stamping you have issues with top coating and it smudging and dragging your stamping, what you need to do is make sure you have a generous amount on your brush. I always just wipe off one side and then float it over the nail so that only the polish really touches, so you don't actually touch with the brush. And also you don't want to keep going over and over the same areas more than sort of a couple of times. But that is now top coated completely. And this is a fast drying top coat, so it would be dry in sort of 5 minutes. So there we have the finished sort of smashed glass radial gradient manicure. Oh, that's a lot to say, and you definitely can't say it fast. Now, whenever I finish one of my manicures, the last thing I always do is go in with a cuticle oil after the top coat's dry, obviously. And my favourite cuticle oils to use are actually the cuticle oils handmade by Rainbow Connection. And this is one of my really well loved ones that lives next to my bed, and as you can see it's getting quite low. It did come with a label, but that's come off now. But I believe they're all in new bottles and have new labels, so I will have to get one of those. But so the last thing I always do is just go around each nail with a bit of cuticle oil, leave it to sink in. I would do the one I've just done last, and then when it's sunk in after a couple of minutes I just rub it in. And this one is one of my favourites. This is Winter Evening from Rainbow Connection, but I will leave a link for these cuticle oils in the description box below because I find them really hydrating, really nourishing, and they all smell divine, so they're well worth having a look at. And there we go. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed this sort of quick tutorial on doing a radial gradient. Please check out my blog post for this stamping plate. As I said, there's a lot more information about the whole plate on there and pictures of some other manicures I have done using it. But if you have enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. I will be reviewing the other plates over the next few weeks, so there will be more videos involving these new Fab Your Nails stamping plates. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss future videos. I have swatches, reviews and tutorials, all kinds of nail art, and I've got lots of sparkly things coming up in the next couple of weeks. So until the next one, bye for now.